66 is sit down, which you've already done. So we'll do so-so instead. This has to do with how are you feeling? So-so. Okay? 67, we've already done sophomore, we've already done South, we've already done Spanish. So we're going to do stand. 67, stand. Stand. 68, 68, state. State. 69. Now, student is one who learns, so we have this learner. This is our agent marker. Remember we did that up with, there's a sign that we did in this list. I can't find it at the moment. Enemy. When we talked about enemy, we did the opposite person. Well, this is another instance where you would put that person marker with the student. Learner. Teacher's the same way, a person who teaches, person. But in informal register, you don't have to use the er. So you can say student, student. It's the same sign as learn. And the person that's watching you sign or conversing with you will figure out what you mean by context clues. Just like in English language we use context clues, we use them in ASL as well. So you say, well, how are they going to know if I'm talking about the person or the verb of learning? They'll figure it out. But in formal context, you would put that agent marker. Teacher, student. Okay? But in our class, conversational. Okay? And this is teach. Teacher. That's what I am. And also, you'll see it down more at the cheek, because that's your informal. The formal's up at the head where it comes straight out, but in informal, you're going to see it down just like no, no. It's going to be down near the cheek. Okay? Moving on, we have, which we just did, teach and teacher, professor. So now let's do thank you. So this will be number 68, I think. 68. We have our formal thank you. Thank you. That's more of an older sign. They've kind of dropped the whole touching the hand thing, and they just say, in formal register you would use both hands, or if you want to really emphasize it, like that. Okay? Same thing with good or bad. Before they used to do good and bad, but they've dropped this second non-dominant hand. Now in formal register you'd still use it, but in informal it's just, and again, good, bad, and the bad you turn it out. And the way that you'll tell, you can see that good and thank you look the same. It's all in the motion. Or, did you see the difference? And context again. Okay? 69, we have, I'm really confused with the numbering. I am so sorry. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what the numbers look like in sign. I promise to number my next list. So we'll say this is 69. 69 is there. So again, you have your possessive hand shape, which is the B hand shape, and you do it there or there. You kind of move it like to show more than one person. Okay, but you don't mouth it. Okay, then them, same thing. Or, I'm sorry, them is not possessive, so it's singular, so you have that classifier 1 and you just point it. And you point to them. Then you have there, which we did over there. Remember we did here and then, okay. Then 70, we have throw. And depending on what you're throwing, if you're throwing a baseball, you're going to throw the baseball. If you're throwing a football, you're going to throw the football. So it just depends how you throw it. Okay. Then 71, you have tired. And again, this is more formal because I'm using both hands. You can do tired, tired. That's informal. Or to really show it emphatic, you use double hands. Okay. And lastly, watch. Watch, we have our watch on our hand. So you've got your watch that can be on the hand. You just point to the wrist, and you can show what it looks like with the classifier, like how big it is. But watch, 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 or watch, like you know, when you're watching television, you kind of do this number. Well, they do a classifier for it, and it looks like this. It looks like a modified X, we call it. Well, it is the X, and you just, they put out in front of them, they're talking about watch. And in informal conversation, you know, they'll be like, I was at home watching television. Sometimes, now in formal register, it's going to be at the chin where it belongs. But in informal, it's out. Watch. Okay? Another form of watch would be like if you were watching birds, something like that, you're watching. You've got your two eyes and they're watching. This is like emphatic again. If you want to really emphasize it, you can do it with one watch to show one set. If you want to make it emphatic, do two, or to show two people, or informal register, watch, both hands. Okay? So I believe that concludes list 1. And I just encourage you to review this as much as possible so that you can get really proficient with the ASL vocabulary.